Hello and welcome to another round of Dark Helmet Racing League action. My name is Morgan and we are here for the Tuesday MX-5 Series here on Cleveland Beamer Sim Sports. Qualifying just now underway and should be a good race. We have 13 or 14 drivers out there trying to figure Donington out. And this is our next to last round of the MX-5 series. So this will be the first race where we'll start to see the weight of the drop races. Richard Hibbs right now significantly out in the lead on points. Not sure if anybody with drop races can reel him in. Excuse me, but I know not Brandon, I know that we have a few people that are going to want to try to reel him in. Brandon Dooley being one of them, but I'm thinking that Brian Beeman's going to be that guy. Unfortunately, I think he is under the weather, so he's not going to make it out to this race. But that doesn't mean there aren't a handful of drivers here that are going to try to take that #1 spot from Richard Hibbs. Currently, and let's get over to timing and scoring. Currently, Richard Hibbs taking that #1 spot with a 17.7. Currently has the fastest sector 1 and 2 of all. But we'll see where things shake up. We have other drivers here moving up. Looks like Ricky Renner just popped up into P2 with a 118.3. And let's see. I don't see anybody else lighting up the timing and scoring chart yet. Currently riding on board with Rick Wishon, who dropped a 118.75. Currently dropping personal bests in all sectors so far this lap. And through the final chicane we go. And Rick crosses the line. Dang, goes P2 with a 118.06. Nice job, Rick. Let's see, Ricky Renner going out for another lap. He did set a personal best sector 4, or no, that was sector 2, but looks like he might have bailed on that lap. Looking at the times, Richard Hibbs setting a fastest of all, 3rd sector, again the prior lap. Let's see if he improves at all. Not that time. 17.95. Ooh, Brandon Dooley moving up. Currently in P2 with a 17.87. So 2 drivers in the 17s. Wishon again, working on bringing that time down. He's at a 17.96. Ricky Renner doing the same, took the fastest of all, 3rd sector. But did not... Actually, he did improve that last lap, set an 18.3, 18.13. And these guys are just bouncing all over the place when it comes to timing. Got Brandon going on the backstretch now. Another driver we're going to have to keep an eye on, I think, might be TJ. Brandon not improving that lap. Let's go to TJ here. TJ setting some personal bests here this time around. Let's see if he leapfrogs here. As we approach the line, TJ... I got no time for TJ. Was that his outlap? Maybe that was his outlap. That or he managed to set the exact same time he set the lap before. Might be a bit of the commentator's curse here. Now that I'm watching him, did not improve Sector 1, but he did just set a personal best for Sector 2. Only 2 more corners to go. Using all the curbing there. And TJ crosses the line. Does improve, but not enough to go up any position. Sets an 18.75. And that's going to be it for qualifying.
All right, time to grid. We got 2 15-minute sprint or 2 15-minute races, 5-minute warm-up in between. Green will be on the leader or the iRacing green flag, whichever comes first. Good luck, have fun, don't die. Thanks for coming out.
Emphasis on the don't die. That said, you know, this is a physical series. The cars are very close on pace, and there's not a lot in it in terms of differentiators on these cars, especially being a fixed setup series. So, with that in mind, I need to just make sure that you come into this series with the right expectation. There will be contact. There will be mistakes. Our goal is for this to be a fun series, but also be taken seriously.
Are you an official commentator now for the series?
I think he just had a lot of other stuff going on. He was never going to be in any contention, and so he just decided to do that.
Oh, dang.
They're talking about
I was like
me.
seeing him on track.
Oh, yeah.
I feel special. Alright, so now that I managed to get the Discord audio in here,
I'm sure he'll be back at some.
What am I looking for here? Short warm-up lap here to the grid. Green is going to be on the leader, which is Rich Hibbs, or the iRacing green flag, whichever comes first. Let's get timing and scoring going. In goes the pace car. And away we go. All right, 2 distinct packs as we go into turn 1. 4 wide on the second row. Rick Wishon pushing Rich Hibbs through turn 1, getting a little damage on the car early. That's okay though. And and a lot just went down. What in the world happened?
I'm sorry. Everybody disappeared. When I came back, I was in Emmett's trunk. Sorry, guys.
And sounds like technical difficulties from Jeff Wyatt. Well, that is going to shake things up. At least 2 of the top 5 were caught up in
I
that.
didn't copy, Brandon. That was on me. I'm sorry, man. I'm not sure what happened.
I'm going to keep an eye on this, and then once the gaps grow a little bit, we will pick up the replay as Nathan uses every bit of the track there. Actually, was that Nathan? Nope, that was Brandon Powell. Right now,
Good day, Brandon. Thank you.
yeah, right now we have
I
Richard
didn't hear
Hibbs
anything, Bailey.
and
You were talking.
Ricky Renner going at
No,
it.
I'm just hitting the wrong button out of frustration. You're all good.
And Ricky going around the outside trying to take that P1. And not this time. Rich able to hang it around the outside, retain that spot. And sorry for the poor commentary. I'm uber distracted here, just trying to figure out what happened lap 1. And is Ricky thinking about it again? Nah. Not this time. Not this time. Oh, these guys are close. Looks like Rich is going to get a little bit of reprieve, though. Gaps opening up just a bit. That said, Ricky Renner chasing Rich Hibbs down. Gap less than 1.5 tenths. Ricky taking a wider line there. Trying not to push the issue yet. Looks like he's doing his best to be patient. And see what's what. Let's see. Got a bunch of battling going on behind these guys too. Philip Scott and TJ Allman in a battle right now. And it looks like Phil's gonna get around the number 34, Josh Betts. It's gonna be real close. Side by side going into the final chicane. And Phil's gonna take it. Keeping it clean on the exit as well. Nice move, Phil. It looks like TJ is going to take advantage of the Josh Betts situation. Currently side by side with Josh. It's ahead by a nose. And TJ will get that spot, moving up into P6. Definitely liking what we're seeing here. We still have a close battle at the top 4. Nothing has changed. So let's see if we could piece together what in the world happened at the start. I don't think Nathan's going to send it on Ricky. So I think we're safe here for the moment. Alright, I think the first thing I see here... Alright, so we have Phil going off track. that's a nothing burger right there. Then we have Rick going off track. But he's going to do the exact same thing. Nothing burger there. Jeff Wyatt goes off track. Oh. Oh, and Jeff blinking like super bad. Definitely connection issues there. And it looks like, yeah, Jeff just getting into the back of Emmett, and that is why Emmett got collected, and now we know what happened there. And there's some more chaos here. So up front, Rick gets into the back of Brandon Dooley and yeets him into the wall. Sorry, Brandon, but I want to see that one more time. And we're approaching the left-hander, and yeah, just Rick drifts out a little bit wider, probably expecting Brandon to do the same, and just miscalculating there. That's unfortunate. And I think that is the bulk of the craziness. I know Brandon Powell had a big save. Is this it? Yep, this is the one. We saw him go way out, collect it. Hold on there, Brandon. Yeah, nice save. And we're going to hop back up front because that's a big nothing burger. I was told Brandon made a pass. Oh, I know who he passed. Never mind. One day I will eventually know what these notifications mean in my timing and scoring. Anywho. So, Richard Hibbs still leading by about 3/10. And then Ricky Renner is right there, and another 3/10 back is Nathan Nickerson, with Brandon Powell about a half second behind them. So nice four-car battle here. That said, there is a group reforming behind these guys. Looks like a group of another 3 cars. It's Philip Scott, TJ Allman, and Josh Betts. So keep an eye on all these guys. Nathan there on a super tight line. Actually getting the apex. The front 2 cars, interestingly enough, didn't quite make it, and it looks like that's allowed Nathan to get a bit of a run here. Nathan kind of hustling Richard along. I know Nathan and Ricky know each other pretty well, so not sure if Nathan's intending to go for it or if he's just trying to create a little chaos and opportunity for Ricky. I suspect that is the case. Then again, I could be calling all wrong, and Nathan just got a run, didn't want to take it yet, just biding his time. But this is the kind of close action you get with these cars. They will be on top of each other, and there will be contact. Taking a look at the front end of the cars behind this group, most of them have a little bit of damage just from pushing and jostling their way through. Totally normal for these little MX-5s. Let's see. Uh-oh, and something happened to Josh Betts. Looks like he's now a good 5 seconds behind the group. I think we're safe here. Let's see what happened to Josh. Oh. I don't think that's what caused it, but either way, Brandon Powell also had an excursion. Yeah, it's okay. Nothing burger there. And up front, just in time, Ricky Renner going side by side with Richard Hibbs. Not coming out a winner there. And that's going to allow Nathan Nickerson to get up into second place. But Ricky is not giving up. Currently side by side with Nathan. Losing a little bit of momentum though around the outside. But still gets it done. Comes back into that second position. Nice stuff. Let's see if we can see what happened. Ricky Renner. There we go. Gets a good run in the back straight. Just gets a lot of that curb. Has to slow down to give Rich room, and that just really killed his momentum. Want to keep an eye on these guys in case Ricky went for it again. Not going to do it this time. Looks like we have about 3 minutes left of these guys battling it out here. I'm going to see that from Nathan's perspective because Nathan had a heck of a run. Yeah, Nathan taking advantage of the draft early, getting side by side with Richard. Now it's just a battle of who gets on the brakes. Later, Nathan giving Richard plenty of room and then just gets a huge fistful of understeer. And he had to stay on the brakes much longer for that to grip up and turn in. That's why he lost that position. And Brandon Powell right there on the outside, just looking for that opportunity to pounce. Yeah, good stuff. And back to the Draft Fest. Rich was about to have Ricky go for it again, and Ricky backed out of it. Hey, Ricky thinks that the start-finish straight is the better way to go here. Going late on the brakes, still on the outside, tons of momentum. Oh, he has got a run with him, but just not quite enough. But, is he going to go through it on the inside? Is he? Yes, he is. Still just not quite enough. Ooh. Took a pretty good knock there, able to save it. But that's going to drop him back significantly. Now Nathan Nickerson on the inside of Richard, backed out. Looks like Ricky might have a little damage on the front right, but still going on strong. He has about one lap to reel these guys in. Late on the brakes is Nathan. Nice and glowy. And currently have Ricky working on Brandon Powell. Goes super deep on the brakes again. Able to get the front rotated, but did he keep enough momentum? Brandon Powell with a pretty good run. And now, crucially, he's going to be on the inside. I think Brandon Powell's going to retain that position. Back up front, Nathan Nickerson pushing Richard Hibbs through this section. I think he's just lining up for a good run here into the backstretch. Actually, he's going for it before the backstretch. Brandon Dooley going way off the track, stay out of the way. And we have a drag race here down to the final chicane. Who's going to be more brave on the brakes? Nathan backing out of it early, using all that curb. Gave Rich enough room, but just not able to hold enough momentum down. And Richard Hibbs is going to take P1. Followed by Nathan Nickerson, Brandon Powell, and Ricky Renner. Philip Scott taking P5, TJ P6. Josh Betts coming around for P7. And JP coming down the backstretch.
Sorry, Josh. I thought you were already clear. My bad.
Oh, you're good. I didn't want to kill you, honestly. I'm all over the place.
And JP across the line. I think that is going to be everybody. And indeed it is. So the session's going to kick over. We're going to have a 5-minute break. And we will see you here in about 5 minutes for the 15-minute feature race. Well, see, what was going to happen there, so I was going to play music, and unbeknownst to me, there we go, OBS decided, hey, I'm not going to take that music and play it, which is not cool. Can we try that again? What is that about? Alright, well, we're going to do it a different way. We're going to do that. We're going to change that. And then maybe this will boom. about that timing. All right, so we are getting through the final chicane here, and we'll get going here with the feature race when Phil wants to go, and I believe that moment is now. And Phil getting a nice lead out, taking a wide line to break the draft and get a good exit here. Ricky Renner already up to P2 after the grid reversal. Actually, Ricky may have started P2, so let's not give him too much credit here. Ricky's already good enough. We don't need to give him extra credit. Then we have Brandon Powell following him. Rich Hibbs in P4, Nathan Nixon in P5. Rich up 1 from his 5th starting position. So far, so good. Looks like Emmett Lindquist has made it past Nathan. Emmett is up 6 positions on the start.
What happened to TJ?
Emmett having a heck of a start.
He pulled over before the last chicane.
Woo! And Phillip using all the curb, managing to hold down that #1 spot after Ricky sent a nice challenge.
He was
in the
saying
backstretch.
something because Race Labs was picking it up, but it never came through iRacing.
Ricky, due to his path through the chicane,
Yeah,
fell down
I
to
saw his
P3.
mic
Brandon Powell
mute, but
up
nothing
to
coming through, too.
P2. And got a bunch of passes going on here. Looks like Josh Beps is moving and shaking as well, but we're gonna stay on board because my goodness, Brandon Powell had one heck of a moment.
I need new pants.
Let's see if we can get on board for that.
Imagine that was a big snap.
And that was
Trying to take me back last
Rick has had a moment. Let's see what happened to Rick. I think Rick did the same exact thing. It just did not quite get it together. More side-by-side action. Ricky Renner likes that outside opportunity, but Phil's going to stay on the inside and keep him honest. Phil rather, holding it down, but I think Ricky has the run this time. 2 by 2 going through. And this is where it's going to get interesting. Are they all going to survive it? So far, a battle of 5 here. Ricky Renner coming out on top in P1. Phillip, though, not done, doing everything he can to get that P1 back, but Emmett Lindquist currently next to him, ahead by a nose here to take P2. And Phil currently falling down the order as Brandon Powell takes
dipped the tire.
Takes the outside line there. Actually, no. Is that... Who is you? Yep, that was Brandon Powell. Oh my gosh, and all the side-by-side action. Phillip just tumbling down the order. It looks like Phil, not the biggest winner coming through the chicane. And now things have calmed down slightly. Let's see if we could piece that all back together. Oh, Phil going side by side with the number 14 car. Who is that? That is Brandon Dooley. That'll certainly do it. Brandon all the way back up to P2, up 8 positions. My goodness. There's just so much that happened there. I am definitely not doing it justice. Okay, so let's see if we can catch back up with that again. Here we're going to see the contact with Brandon, Dooley, and Phil. That's just normal racing incident stuff, but then as we continue to follow through here, Brandon Dooley then has a monster run on Rich Hibbs and just drives around the outside. Well done, well done. And Rich Hibbs going on the inside to take that position back from Brandon Dooley, and Nathan Nickerson sneaking through as well. And we have a total reshuffle of the top 5. Meanwhile, Ricky Renner, as you can see, is just saying goodbye in the distance, about 3 seconds ahead. These guys got to start working together if they want to pull him in. Let's take a look at that Nathan Nickerson pass. Oof. Just able to get that car rotated. Some excellent stuff. Looks like Emma Lindquist had a look on Brandon earlier that lap. But it might be a different Brandon. That'd be Brandon Powell. Went on an off-track adventure, giving Emmett just enough to get by. Alright, now we're caught up. Ooh, Ricky Renner is still inching away, and you know, as hard as these guys are fighting, I don't know if they're gonna claw him back in. Oh, Brandon gets a little bit of a tap, but lives the fight on.
Slow down?
Yep.
I'll wait for ya.
Oh, you're good.
And that is going to break this pack up. So Phil goes on through. Emmett showing what sportsmanship looks like, and hangs out for Brandon, him being the cause of Brandon's slowdown. And we're going to reshuffle again. Gaps are fairly reasonable. What in the world happened there? Oh, it's just a super slide there. Okay. That was weird. I wonder if that is an equipment failure right there. Interesting, interesting. Well, everybody is now split up. We have quite a few larger gaps here. Philip Scott, one of the closer ones. Ooh, and when we take a look at Josh Betts, he's currently working on Jeff Peters. It's the battle for 7th. Just so much gravel there, and ooh, Josh Betts getting a better run out of the chicane. It's going to get that 7th spot from Jeff Peters for now. Indeed. Beats JP to T1. Going back up to Brandon Powell. He is towing along Philip Scott and Emmett Lindquist. Gap to Philip about 4/10. Emmett Lindquist about 4/10 behind Phil. And I'm curious if these guys will start duking it out or if they'll try to work together to catch Nathan. Currently the gap to P1 pretty stable. Rich Hibbs about 2 3/4 seconds behind Ricky Ritter. Then Nathan about a second behind Rich. And then we have our trio of cars that are chasing down Nathan. Emmett, though, taking advantage of the draft. He just set the last lap, the fastest lap of the race. Phil just doing everything he can to get a run on Brandon here. And Brandon using all the track and then some. I'm curious if that was an off track. That was a healthy chunk of the corner. Either way, Phil is going to take that spot. Emmett Lindquist now going alongside of Brandon, trying to get the P5 spot, but I don't know. He's hanging on around the outside right now. Actually, he may have enough momentum. They're going to end up going side by side for at least another corner. Brandon Powell holding on to it, said no. While this has been happening, up front, Nathan has chased down Rich Hibbs and is now about 3.5 tenths behind. Gap from Rich to P1 staying consistent, but as you can see, Rich Hibbs definitely has company. Nathan, last couple of laps, has been about 3 tenths faster. But we're going to go back up to Powell as I think Emmett is going to go by. Powell getting all kinds out of shape there. But he's going to keep fighting it. Emmett going all the way to the outside and using a little bit of the grass. Wonder if that's going to hurt his momentum. And indeed, they're side by side. Powell taking the wide line through there, so that's going to put him behind. And that'll be that for the moment. See if we can pick that up where it started. So, prior lap, these guys going back and forth. Brandon coming out on top. And then Brandon Powell just getting out of shape. Going through this chicane. We're ready to go through this replay the ugly way. I just want to see what happened. Brandon just sliding through that chicane, as is Emmett. That makes sense. I understand why that happened now. Brandon not giving up, though. Staying as close as he can. Ooh! Oh! Oh my god, the tank slapper from hell. Brandon's able to reel it back in, but that was aggressive. My, oh my, oh my. Do we actually have all of that? We do. Starts sliding here, tries to collect it, and then just keeps going. Oh my gosh. How he didn't loop it there, I do not know. That is a hell of a save. Could have been a lot worse. That's going to bring our attention to Rich Hibbs, and P2 has the gap down to Ricky Renner to about a second, but that's going to be the checkered flag. Ricky taking some abuse from Nathan. Nice job, Ricky Renner finishing P1. Rich Hibbs P2, and Nathan gonna finish P3. Let's see, we still have anybody fighting for it? Brandon Powell's pulled over. Josh Betts across the line. Ooh, JP and Rick going at it. And I think that is gonna be that. Yep, I have results. We're gonna get them up here on the screen. Well, thank you all for turning up. Definitely was an interesting race. A lot of action going on. A lot of good, a little bit of bad, but you know what? That's what happens with the Miatas. There are always going to be winners and losers in the contact, and it sounds like everybody had
Nice win, Ricky. Thanks,
a good
guys.
time
See you
for
next week.
the most part. I do want to say,
Great
as
to
we're
see
wrapping up, we have only a couple events left to get your entries
Sorry about
in
the start,
for the
guys. I had
giveaway.
to get out of the way. My headset died.
So make sure if you're on the bubble, you're
guys.
getting your events in to be part of our giveaway. Outside of that, we are going to be back at it at Watkins Glen this Sunday for the GTD Challenge. That'll be kicking off at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and then the final round of the MX-5 Cup will be at Summit Point next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Until then, my name is Morgan here at the Cleveland Beamer Sim Sports channel. I really appreciate you coming out and checking out what the guys could do. Thank you for joining, and I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving this week. See you Sunday.